Welcome. My name is Professor Abid Ali Sheikh from Parvatibai Gerba Mosaic College of Engineering, Wagodi, Pune. Today we are going to see static versus instance variable in Java. So first we will declare a static variable, static integer count, which is equal to 0. This is a variable, static count variable defined as a static. If we want to print this, we will print system dot out dot println. This is a class test, and we will print this directly as this is a static. Save. If CLS game Java C test dot Java test, this will print 0. Now this is static variable. Static variable directly accessed with the static variable can be directly accessed inside the static content like main. You can access like this also, test dot count. This is also print the same value 0. You can create an object and access the static variable also. So to create object, test obj1 is equal to new test, and you can call obj1 dot test. This will also print the same value 0. If I want to count number of objects created for this class, I can use this count variable, and each time new object is created, we will increment this count variable by 1 as count plus plus. Now this will print value 1 total. Here you will check this. Now this will print 1. If I create another object, object 2, and again we perform count plus plus and check object 1 dot count, it will also increment it. Check this out. This will now print 2. That means total object 1 dot count is same as object 2 dot count. You can check here also. We can object 2 dot count. Now it will print 2. Both are the, because we are accessing single copy. So when you declare any variable as a static, all the objects of the class share the single copy of this variable. So count all the objects share the single copy. So if I create another another object of object 3, and if I perform some count plus plus, and if I print this object 2 dot count, this will print 3, 2 2 3, and instead of this I am only printing object 2 dot count. This also print value 3 because 3 times object is created. As opposed to this, if I declare only integer instance count, I count is equal to 0. Now this variable is an instance variable. I count is an instance variable, or I can write here I count. Every object has its individual copy. It doesn't matter how many times you create the object, every object will have its own copy of I count. You can check this here. If I create this object 1 dot I underscore count, now this value will be 0. Now I don't want this. Again, I don't want this. I just want object 1 dot count. Now this value will be 0. Check this out. Count semicolon is missing. Java test. Now 0 0, and this also I don't want it. So we are just focusing right now on instance count. We have seen that static variable, all the objects share the single copy. Now here, suppose I increment I count by 1. Suppose I increment I count obj1 dot I count plus plus. Now this will increment object 1's our count by 1, and it will print 2. 1. It will print 1. Check this. Now I print here for second object 2 dot I count. Object 2 dot I count. Now we have not incremented this value. This will print as a 0. So we will check this out. 1 0, because object 1 dot out count we have incremented to 1. It doesn't affected object 2 dot I count. I count is a 0. If I create another object 3, and if I print object 3's I count, object 3 I count, it will also be printed as a 0. So it doesn't matter if I increment object count here also. After creating object 2, object 1 dot count plus plus, it doesn't affect the other count. So if I again increment this, so instead of printing this, what I have done, I have created 3 objects. Here you can check this out into like object 1 into like object 1, object 2, object 3, and you have incremented object 1 plus plus, object 1 plus plus, then suppose object 2 plus plus. So object 1 I count value will be 2, object 2's I count value will be the 1, and object 3's I count value will be 0. So you can check this out. Copy, paste. I am going to print object 1 dot I count, object 2 dot I count, object 3 dot I count. So simply fit 1, copy, here you can object, sorry, this is object 2, this is object 3's I count. Two 1 0, because object 1 incremented 2 times, object 2's I count incremented 1 time. And if I use static count, this count, copy, count plus plus, again I perform count plus plus. This count variable is a static variable. It is accessed by all the objects. So here I can add another static count plus, here I can print count variable. I am printing count variable, static count variable also. static count for 1, static count for 2, static count for 3. For object 1, for object 2, for object 3. You can check this. All static count, all objects share single copy of the static variable, and instance variable individual copy. Thank you for watching this video.